Declan, not long to go now. How big is the motivation to kind of start as well as you did last year?
Yeah, motivation's always very high. When you're at a club the size and magnitude of Bohemians, expectation comes with the motivation. Obviously, it was a very disappointing end of last season. They come so close to bringing silverware back for the first time in 15 years. It was a tough couple of days after it, but you got to use that as motivation now to start the season really properly again. It's going to be an extremely difficult league. I think a lot of clubs have invested heavily into their squads, and we know that we're going to have to be at our very best to make sure we get the start that we had last year.
You mentioned it there, it's been a long time for a club the size of Bohemians to go without silverware. Is that the aim this year?
Well, I think it always has to be the aim when you're at a club this size, but as you say, it's been a long time. The last two cup finals, to lose the last two cup finals in 3 years is painful. But as I say, it's got to be, whether you won those or you lose those, it's got to be about the next one, and we got to go again. We got to suffer the pain that we suffered, but use that as 100% motivation in terms of trying to go a step closer. As I say, we've only qualified for Europe 3 times in the 2 or 3 times in the last 11 years. So the fall away last year too was also painful, but this gives us an opportunity to go again. We know it's going to be extremely difficult, but we believe in the group of players that we have are more than capable of having a good year. We want to add to the squad over the coming days, but at the same time we know that the players that we have are very motivated to start the season really well.
I don't want to keep going back to the cup final, but could you see when you started pre-season this year that added a bit of extra hunger to the lads?
Well, I think it's important that you learn from that. They come so close and they walk away with the Aviva that day with the disappointment that we did. We have to, as I say, use it as motivation. The players are very focused on what we have to do this year. There was nobody hurting as much as them and our staff, but we can't keep looking back. We got to look forward. We got to make sure that we try and go a step further this year. It's going to be extremely difficult, but we were so close last year, and we have to learn from it and make sure that if it presents itself again this year, that we can take that extra step.
Great stuff. Thanks a million.